Have you ever thought about what could get Blockbuster to make a comeback? In today's physical media news topic video, we talk about what we are missing without Blockbusters in the world today. We also talk about how Blockbuster could thrive in current times. And then ultimately, we discuss, are Blockbusters ever going to be resurrected? So let's get into this. But first, if you remember Blockbuster just like me and want to be a part of saving physical media, go ahead and mega Blockbuster that like and subscribe. That way you stay entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics. And leave in the comments below your favorite memories from Blockbuster. So first diving into what we are missing today without Blockbusters being a plentiful around the world, and we're missing that communal experience for moviegoers and movie lovers and collectors out there to really rejoice at a place and just have a good time searching and hunting for movies to rent on a daily basis. And especially, that Friday night, I remember those great old times where I would go in for the weekend, get a movie that my whole family could watch and enjoy, and just going down the aisles as a young kid and picking out titles based off the cover art and being like, hey, can we get this one to take home and watch this weekend? And then we would watch it as a family, and we would make some amazing memories. We do not have that anymore in this world. People are just stuck on their phones, streaming whatever Netflix pops up in the top 10, and you barely have any titles to even choose from. And then every other month, another thing disappears off of that streaming service, and it's like streaming hell roulette. It is terrible. Whereas in a Blockbuster, you would have access to thousands and thousands of titles, every genre you could think of, and it was just awesome. And also, you'd be able to run into other movie lovers out there, strike up a conversation, get to talking about the movies, and you create those bonds for life. And then you would have a knowledgeable staff at Blockbuster that'd be able to give you recommendations and just point you in the right direction to something you'd absolutely love watching. And that was just awesome. It was so memorable, and we are completely missing that today as a society. We are herd animals as humans. We crave that social interaction, that communal experience, and we are completely missing that within the movie space. People aren't going to theaters anymore. People aren't valuing movies like they used to. I remember when we would get a movie from Blockbuster, that was an event, and we'd really focus and sit down and watch the movie, whereas now everybody's just streaming whatever they want on their phone. Nobody cares to talk about it afterwards. It's just not that connected experience. It was such a better experience back in the day, and I think we can bring that back in some capacity, but that is what we are totally missing without Blockbusters around the world. It's just gone down in quality, the movie value experience, and people don't value what they once did. But I think as people that remember the nostalgia of it all, there was something to it, and we can bring it back. So let's get into that a little bit next. What could they do to thrive in the world today? So now talking about the different ways that Blockbuster could come back and actually thrive and succeed, because we need it to succeed as a business. There's no point for it to come back if it's not going to do well, because once again, they're just going to shut down the door. So what's the business plan here? How can Blockbusters actually be alive in this crazy age of streaming and all this other stuff people are focused on, social media? What can we do to really make people get back to the rental store experience? Well, there's a lot of different things you got to do to pull this off. First up, I think celebrating 4Ks at a reasonable price could be a great way to get collectors to go out and rent some of these 4Ks. It'll be like a try before you buy, instead of having to do a blind buy on a very expensive 4K, because 4Ks are just so expensive out there. Yeah, DVDs are super cheap. Blu-rays you can even find fairly cheap out there, but 4Ks are still super costly, and the prices are only going up as inflation rises. So instead of having to buy a 4K you absolutely hate, I know that's happened to me before, what if you could just rent the 4K for a couple bucks, and then, woo, you just had an amazing 4K Ultra HD experience, and then if you want to buy it, they let you buy it. If you don't want to buy it, you return it, and you're on your merry way to pick out another movie. But I think 4Ks could be a great selling point, and it can also be a show floor where they demonstrate the power of the 4K and do comparisons with how the 4K to a Blu-ray to a DVD would look, and really get to sell people on 4K Ultra High Definition. Now, of course, we'd have more than 4Ks. We'd have Blu-rays out there and DVDs because some people still prefer that, and that is perfectly fine. And also, you want more titles. You're not going to have everything on 4K, such a small percentage. You still need the Blu-rays, you still need the DVDs, but we have all these formats together, and I think that would just be an awesome system. You try before you buy. I think that could really sell some people on it out there, especially having that demonstration, because a lot of people right now don't know the difference between streaming in HD and what would a 4K disc look like. I want to show that comparison out there, and you need to be able to demonstrate it in person, because if you can't demonstrate it, then people just aren't going to take the time to look it up and gather that information, unless of course you're a hardcore collector like us on this channel. But we need the masses of people to come back to the rental stores in some capacity. So I think that'd be really, really cool. So yes, we definitely need to have a perfect show floor setup with a rent to buy kind of system. Also, it'd be really fantastic if they had like a movie experience room there where you could actually rent out a room, a theater, mini theater, I guess you would call it, and you could have these watch parties there, a Blockbuster party as it was, and really celebrate Blockbuster and watch a 4K movie on a nice 4K projector, a nice 4K big screen TV, or a projection screen of some sort. And I think that'd be really awesome if you can make a really cool viewing experience that people could rent out, have parties at, and just have those nostalgia feelings brought back as a group. That communal experience we're talking about, I think that would really help boost up some sales for Blockbuster, and that'd be a way to get more people into the door. Instead of having a little party at Chuck E. Cheese, boom, you got a little party at Blockbuster for the movie lovers out there, okay? That's how we expose the children to movies and get this Generation Z back on the movie watching train, because right now they're off of that. They're just on Twitter all day or just streaming a show off of Netflix, okay? We got to expose them to the movies out there, and I think that'd be a cool way to do that. Also, you just need to kind of make it a really cool experience when people go into there. Of course, you have those friendly greeters, but knowledgeable friendly greeters that can point you in the direction of some great recommendations based off your taste of movies. Maybe they have a little kind of form you fill out and get your movie taste down, where they could really recommend something you're absolutely going to love. I think that'd be so powerful, because then you would build that bond with that employee, and you'd want to keep coming back to them, keep coming back to that location, because they know what you like, and they're going to get you a perfect title to check out. I think that would be super awesome, because a lot of time employees at stores these days don't know what the heck they're talking about. Like the movie theater staff, they don't know nothing about movies out there. And I'm like, you're working at a theater. Shouldn't you know something about movies here? So it's really key to get some knowledgeable staff, train them well, and actually have them be movie fans themselves. That is very powerful in itself to create that awesome communal experience too. I think that would really help as well. And you just have amazing looking establishment, very clean, very organized, and just create a really cool going experience. And I think that would sell people on it, because now generations are looking for experiences. We got to make it a fun time. We got to make it an awesome movie party in some kind of way, some kind of celebration. I think all these different little factors can entice people to get out there and once again try Blockbuster. And Blockbuster is such a powerful name still. People still remember Blockbuster, at least, the older generations. And if they can expose, the future generations to it and get people to recognize the Blockbuster logo again, I think that could be really, really powerful out there. So we can't let too many years go by, or then Blockbuster will be forgotten. And I think once again, they can still thrive. And we've seen this because there is still a Blockbuster out there in Bend, Oregon that's alive, and they have some really cool stuff there. It's kind of almost a museum in its way, a tourist destination. If they could do that in a lot of key major cities around the country, around the world, maybe next, I think we could have something here and just grow from there. And it's going to give you a different kind of experience from streaming. And that's the key. How can we get you a better experience than streaming? How can we get people to go out there? I think really buying into that communal experience, a collection of movie lovers there. I think is going to do something a little bit different. So I think it's a possibility, but let's talk about the actual chances if we can really resurrect Blockbuster with these ideas. So now let's blockbust into the future here. Can we really resurrect Blockbuster? Well, I think it's always a possibility, even though the chances may be very slim. We still see there is a Blockbuster once again in Bend, Oregon. So Blockbuster is not extinct. We still know the name. They have their logo, they have their name recognition. So Blockbuster still can be a powerhouse to be reckoned with, but we have to make these amazing experiences, and we got to be really strategic in where we place the blockbusters. I think you go for some major cities around the movie space like New York and LA. We go there first, and then some other major cities in the country, and then we'll branch out, of course, to the rest of the world. But you got to pick those locations where you have a lot of foot traffic there. You make it a very tourist kind of spot where you're celebrating movies. It's almost a movie museum in there. But once again, you have those screening rooms people are going to rent out. You have people going in there to shop for movies and collect for movies because you'll still be able to buy from there. But you also have that rent to buy scenario. People are going to be testing out those 4Ks, falling in love with these different formats, and getting exposed to this knowledge of movie while they are celebrating the classic nostalgia. I think that is the play right there, and I think that can work. You got to start off slow, and like I said, don't do a million blockbusters here. You just got to have a handful, but that will bring back the blockbuster magic, and I think that could absolutely work. Once again, the prices are getting out of control for a lot of collectors out there of these premium formats. If we can have a way where we test out these 4Ks beforehand and then decide if we want to buy, oh my gosh, that would have saved me so much amount of money. And that's how you have to position the marketing for this. Hey, you're going to have a fun experience here. You're going to get more movies that you love. You're going to save money. And we're just going to have a time partying with the nostalgia of Blockbuster and bringing movie lovers together. So it's still going to be a niche market because not everybody loves movies out there. Unfortunately, I don't get it. I love movies, absolutely. We love movies on this channel. But if you can unite the movie lovers together at specific locations, I think we got something here with Blockbuster. We got to make it happen. Like I said, slim chances, probably not going to happen, but I love to keep hope alive on this channel, and hopefully these ideas get out there. Maybe a Blockbuster representative, picks up on this and says, hey, let's try it out. Let's put up a little, a pop-up Blockbuster somewhere, and let's see if it takes off at all, and we just build it from that. Maybe, just maybe, that could happen, but that'd be super fun. I would have a blast there, and like I said, I do think it's a possibility. I mean, there's still a Blockbuster website out there, and sometimes they'll put up a message every couple years or so to show that they're still alive. So yeah, let's just give them the extra little boost, and maybe if we share this idea around as collectors, we go viral with this, people might just have enough steam to really promote a new Blockbuster being resurrected out there. Like I said, we can hope, we can dream on this channel. You never know what's going to happen. But those are my thoughts right now on Blockbusters being resurrected. Is it possible? Of course, maybe. We'll see one day. But you guys will now have to let me know in the comments below. Once again, what do you think of these ideas? Do you think Blockbusters will ever make a comeback in some kind of way? Let's have those fun movie conversations down below. Of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and mega blockbust that like and subscribe. That way you stay entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics. And just have a great day talking the movies. Of course, you'll love this physical media topic. Blockbust the next video. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters. If you love talking and collecting movies, consider joining the Mega League of Film Fans through memberships to support content creation while gaining access to perks like shoutouts, exclusive videos, and future topic choices.